All right, but so we're going to start our discussion. We have just discussed in our groups the observations we made when we did the alcohol canon. Okay, so this is our phenomenon, and some people are going to be sharing out what their group talked about, some of the observations they made. And our first group that gets to go is Table 6. Table 6 is going to share. So Kyle, is that you sharing out? I just did the dice. 6 came up. Okay, so remember guys, so what happens is when we go to the whole group or whole class, share out those student talk norms that we talk about within our group, they still apply. It's just now it's a big group. Okay? So that means one person talking, everybody else in the room should be focused on the speaker, listening, paying attention, jotting down notes about what he says, right? Okay, Kyle, go ahead. Okay, stop. All right, so you said first time I messed up. I prefer just putting it didn't work. And you said you kind of made some reasoning to go along with that. What'd you say? Excellent. You have some more? Okay, so you guys talked about a big focus about how long I swished around the liquid, you said, okay? And basically, so second time, shorter, it worked. Ran out of room. It worked. Okay, cool. Very good. Anything else you wanted to share? Good, thank you. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. All right, the next group that is going to share is going to be Table 7. Table 7. Anything we can add here? What do you got? What did you guys talk about? Okay, got to keep it down. Pay attention. Can you say that again? The effects of combustion. Ooh. Wow, look at that. Effects of combustion. That's a cool science kind of sounding word, combustion. I wonder what that means. Maybe if I don't know what it means, I can always look it up and try to figure out what combustion actually means. What is the actual definition of combustion? Did you talk about anything else? So you're just talking about whatever this thing combustion is. Okay, excellent. Thank you. Appreciate it. Table 4. All right, table 4. So Sierra, what'd you guys talk about? Everybody focused on the speaker, jotting down notes. I don't see many people writing down notes about what's being said. Just me? Or are you just writing down what I put on the board? Okay, Sierra. So the difference in how long I took to swish around the liquid, like group 6 was talking about, is that what you're saying? Or something else? I'm just. What is it? Okay, so similar thing. All right, thank you. Let's just work our way around to the groups that haven't shared yet. Let's go to group 3. Same stuff. Group 2, you guys have anything? Excellent. How far the ball went out? What did you say? What did you put down for how far the ball went out? Just okay. Did you? So the two observations you had were the one I did here, and then the one we watched in the video. So maybe you were talking about comparing the two, like how did the first and second time? And all right. Anything else that you had? Now it's important as we do these to keep in mind that our observations, when we do all these things with the models, we're always going to have before, during, and after. Okay? So when we're taking notes of observations in the future, we might want to make sure that we're, okay, before phase, make some observations, put them down here. During, we have this. After. So as we're jotting down these notes and they're coming in kind of random because people are just sharing what they talked about, like things Kyle was talking about, a lot of the swishing around stuff, that was before. All right, and then he mentioned about whether it worked or didn't work, and that would be kind of a during thing. But you might be, if you're jotting down notes from what's said in discussion, you might want to be making notes of, is it something they're talking about in the before category, or the during category, or the after category? All right. Group 1. Stuff up there. And I think group 5 is the only one that hasn't shared yet. Group 5? Deja, you got anything? What did you guys talk about? How I did it wrong. Yep, let's let Deja talk. Deja. Okay, so what? Right, that's what everybody talked about. Well, yes, you can. But sorry to interrupt you but one of the things that was mentioned with student talk norms, and this is as we go through the year, we're going to encounter this stuff, things are going to happen. But one of the things that was mentioned in my classes is don't talk over each other or one person talks at a time. So we just saw an instance of where somebody was talking, and now I get it. I'm not saying it's a terrible thing or anything. You're in that group and you had things that you wanted to say or whatever, and then you start talking over that person. Be patient. Let them finish. You'll have a chance to add. Janae, you want to add something, right? So the way I was shaking around, was it different? Excellent. Great observation. And that's another before. Okay? And she didn't spin it at all. She just kind of. All right, excellent. Excellent. Okay? So now, anything else anybody wants to add? Anybody, raise your hand if you think, hey, this is something I was going to share. Did it break or is it good? Anything anybody wants to share? Are we good? Oh, good one. Yeah, I can't believe that wasn't mentioned yet. Good. Okay, because in the video, okay, okay, so as we're making, oh, Taylor, go ahead. She said fire in the video, but what she noted on her observation is that she also saw it when they did slow motion on it and up close. Okay? So you guys obviously watching in real time, you didn't have slow motion. And depending on where you were sitting, you probably weren't that close because they had the camera like right up on the end of it. Okay? All right, so in your journal, and this helps us when we're doing these observations, and this is a process, and it's a model building process that we want to be asking questions. And I said the 5 W's: who, what, when, where, why. Some people put how. I kind of treat that with why. Okay? Even though how isn't really a W, but I see what they mean. All right? The how and the why kind of go together. Well, you're having a conversation about anything. I know this as a parent. When you have a 4-year-old or something like that, and you're talking to them about something, and they go, why? Because of this. Why? Because of that. Why? Because of that. You can literally keep a conversation going on forever that way. It's super annoying, granted, but just even asking somebody about their day. Think about, so what'd you do yesterday? There's a what. Why did you do it? Where did you go? When? Okay? You can ask all these questions, and that's what you want to be asking and writing down these questions in your notebook as you're getting ready to make your models. Okay? I want to talk about a few model norms, and these will be added to as we go along. Okay? Because we are getting towards the phase where we're going to start actually drawing the pictures and making labels and making models. Okay? So norms for model making. Number 1, so you would want to definitely have these, know about these. You can watch the video, but I will tell you right now, I am going to pass out a little sheet that's going to have our student talk norms and these model norms that you're going to tape into your notebook, just so you know. All right? Well, we always want to have a title. What's the phenomenon? Is it the before, the during, or the after phase that we're doing for our model? And everybody's going to be doing all 3. Okay? We want to have a description with words and pictures. So like I was saying earlier, I should be able to take my model and just lay it at your lab table, walk away, and you guys should be able to look at it and tell exactly what I'm trying to say. Right? Yep. We're going to be drawing. Okay? You want to label all the parts. All right? You want to use a legend or key. Okay, so maybe you have things that are different colors or whatnot. Why are they different colors? What is that showing? All right, so a legend or a key that describes what's in the model. So I've been trying to stress to you guys with these observations and everything we're doing, details. Details. Down to the smallest parts. We're making our models. We want to have multiple views. Maybe not just looking at it from the side view. Maybe a top down. Maybe what would you see if you looked in the end of the cannon, or right? What if you had that little spongy ball right in front of your face, which wouldn't be a very good idea, I don't think. Okay. We want to make sure we use color. I have a lot of colored pencils and markers. And we want to make sure it's neat. Now there's 8 of them. Like I said, I'm going to have those on a slip of paper that you're going to tape into your notebook. But those are the things that we need to be thinking about as we go to make our models, which we will be starting to do tomorrow. Okay? All right. So I'm going to end it there. Any questions at all before I turn this off? We're going to add to this because we're going to see there's a couple more things maybe that we need to establish when we're working on these models.